So I just received a new EcoFlow product, and I'm pretty excited about this one because this is a portable AC unit. It's the EcoFlow Wave. So let's go inside and check this thing out. So I'm really excited about this unit because Sierra and I live completely off grid here. We are not tied to grid power, and this AC unit runs off of batteries, so that's perfect for us. So this runs off of batteries, but you can also run this off just a standard 120 volt outlet as well. So that's nice for those of you guys that have grid power and then maybe you want to go tent camping or, RVing or whatever. You can run this inside your house with just a standard 120 volt plug-in, and then when you're gone on the road, you can bring this with and run it off of battery. So this is the add-on battery right here. This comes separately, or you have to purchase it separately. But now's the time to purchase it because you save a bunch of money because this is still in the pre-launch phase. I believe it ends June 13th. So right now you save a ton of money on both of these. So now's the time to get it. Okay, so I believe this just clips on like this. Is it on? There it went. And then you have an access door right here. And just plug it in this port. Right there, so it's in. So with this add-on battery, as long as you have it clipped in, you can charge the battery from these two ports right here. You have a input for solar power right here, and then this port right here is to charge it off of a 120 volt outlet or your car port, your cigarette lighter, which is nice for you van lifers and RV people because then you can be charging the unit, while you're on the road. So that works out pretty well. And as long as you have a power source plugged into this, whether you're using solar, your carport, or a standard 120 volt outlet like what you have in your house, you can charge the unit while it's running. So on top of the unit you have 4 buttons, and we'll go through all of them, but this is your power button, of course. Then you have a timer button, a temperature button, and a mode button. But right now, let's turn this thing on and see if it works. Ooh. Nice. So this is obviously your fan speed. So using this dial, you can control your fan speed, of course, and then if you hit the temperature button, you can control how cold the air comes out. So it goes up to 86, and the lowest looks like it's 60. So I'll set it at 60, and then, I'll turn the fan speed all the way up. So below your temperature, you have a battery indicator here that shows you how much battery life you have, and it looks like the add-on battery, with it being half charged, will run it at full speed at the coldest setting for 6 hours. So fully charged, it should run it for 12. So I turned the fan speed down just so you can hear me talk better, but using the timer button, you can set a timer for how long you want this to run, which is nice because, if it's hot when you go to bed, you could set it to run for 2-3 hours or whatever, and then when the temperature cools down overnight, this thing will shut off. That way it's not running all night long when it doesn't need to. So I like that feature. So what you're looking at here is the EcoFlow app. So I have the unit connected through the app, and you can control everything right on the app, right from your phone. So right now it's showing that it's at 21%. I just have this running off of the add-on battery, but you can control the temperature. You can do your fan speed right from your phone. So the app is really nice. You can see exactly what's going on and make any changes that you need to. You can mess with the timer right here if you want to set a timer, for whenever you want it to shut off. So the app's really user-friendly, easy to use, and it's nice that you can control everything right from your phone. So right now I have this thing cranked all the way up. The fan speed's all the way up, and I have it on the coldest setting. And you can feel the air all the way across our cabin. So this thing has a pretty good fan on it. And it's blowing out some cold air. So the reason that this is so exciting is, we basically just have a window AC unit. Well, it's not very practical to run off of your solar batteries, it sucks the power right out of them. So, or we would have to run it off of the gas generator. So having this is really nice because it's very efficient power-wise, and it just runs off a battery, so I don't have to mess around with a gas generator or anything. So with the unit, you also get your ductwork, of course, so you have your intake and your exhaust, but I'll clip on the shroud and duct here. Clips on just like that. So I'm not going to bother running these outside, but your bigger one is your intake. the smaller one is your outtake. So, you know, you'd run these outside. This would bring in your air from outside, which would cool it off, blow it out the front, and then this top one would blow out the hot air. So you also have this, and what this is for is it clips right on here on your fan on the front. And what you could do, let's say you were tent camping, let's use that as an example, and you wanted to run this inside a tent. You could have the unit outside, put your hose right here, install it in the front there, and then direct your cold air wherever you want. So you could have this outside, run this into a tent, you know, blow it towards you, you know, whatever you want to do. So that's nice, you know, then it doesn't take up space inside your tent or your van. You can just leave the unit outside, run this in through a window or something, and then have your cold air coming in from outside. So one nice thing, if you already have EcoFlow products, you can run this off of the Delta Pro or the Delta Max. We have both. We rely on both of them to power this entire cabin. So if you have both of those, you don't need this add-on battery. You can run this unit off of either of those. To do that, you do have to purchase this cord separately. This will allow you to run it off of the Delta Max. If you want to run it off of the Delta Pro, you'll need this adapter. So one other major advantage with this is it's not like, you know, a window AC unit, right? I mean, this thing's portable. It only weighs about 38 pounds. So, you know, it's pretty easy to tote around, move around wherever you need it. You know, so it's just nice that you don't have to, you know, have it in a designated spot like a window AC unit or whatever. You know, you can move this around and lug it around wherever you need to. So now that we've gone over some of the features, I want to see how well this runs off of the Delta Pro. So I'm going to plug the Delta Pro into the unit. Okay, so we're plugged into the Delta Pro, so let's go ahead and turn on the Wave. We'll turn the fan speed all the way up. Right now it's on fan mode. I'm going to switch it to cooling mode.
That's nice.
You feel it? So it is running off of the Delta Pro right now, and for some reason it's not showing what the output is, but I do know that the output on this is a little over 400 watts, I believe. But the Delta Pro is at 75% charge right now, and it is showing that it would run it continuously for 9 hours. And I do have the fan, or the fan speed turned all the way up, and it is on the coldest setting. So that's pretty impressive that it'll run it for 9 hours straight. And again, that's without putting any power into the Pro. You know, if you were using the AC unit, chances are it's probably pretty sunny outside. So if you had solar panels hooked up to your battery as well, or into the unit, you know, then you're putting power back into it while it's running. So you're not just sucking power out. So this is the EcoFlow Delta Max. For the Delta Max, you don't need that adapter. You can just, if you have this cord, which is sold separately, it just plugs right into the side of the Max. You don't need that adapter like you do with the Pro. But again, if you do not have a Delta Max or a Delta Pro, you can run it off of a 120 volt outlet that you have in your house. It comes with this cord. It even has GFI protection. But if you want it to be portable and want to use the unit somewhere where there is no grid power, you will have to get this add-on battery then if you do not have a Delta Max or a Delta Pro. So there it is, guys, the EcoFlow Wave portable AC unit. For those of you looking for off-grid air conditioning, this thing certainly is going to change the game. It looks cool. I'm excited for a hot day to actually vent this thing and get it installed and try it out. So stay tuned. One day when it gets hot, we'll actually hook this thing up properly with the ductwork and everything. And I really like the fact that you can run it off of AC power as well, like standard 120 volt power, like what you have at your house, because, you know, then you can use it at home, you know, or in a room or something in your house, instead of just on the road all the time. So it is nice that you can run it off of both batteries and AC power. Plus, besides that, I think that the unit just looks cool, you know? Like window AC units always look kind of ugly to me, right? Sticking out of your window. This thing is just lightweight, you know, 38 pounds, compact. You know, you can move it around, put it in whatever room you want without having it sticking out of a window. So, yeah, the style points, I would give it a 10 out of 10. So right now, the EcoFlow Wave is in the pre-launch stages, so if you get it before June 13th, you save a ton of money. If you're interested in it, there will be a link in the description below this video. I will also have a coupon code in the description to help you save a little bit more money. In a future video down the line, when we get a really hot day that's in the 90s or something, we'll actually vent this thing properly, get it hooked up, and we'll see how well it actually cools the cabin. So stay tuned for that. But as always, I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you on the next video.